This past week, we remembered the D-Day invasion, June 6th. The average age of a soldier on the D-Day invasion was ages 22 through 26. And I was reading the testimony of one. In 2019, he was alive. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but he was one of the few living survivors of the D-Day invasion. It's interesting that the landing crafts, as they're going in the water, landing on those beaches, the landing crafts, men were up to their ankles in vomit. They'd given the boys a big breakfast that morning, and then, great idea, put them in a landing craft with waves and see what happens. And so they're ankle deep in vomit. When the doors lowered, some of these young men had 90 pounds of ammunition on their back trying to swim to land. The survivor talked about, he said, I come ashore, and something hits close by, and my body is just shredded, just torn to pieces. He said, I was in such pain. Do you know what the guy did? After his body gets shredded, he's in incredible pain, but he's still going to charge. He finds the medic bag, he gets an injection of morphine, and he injects himself, and he keeps moving forward. He sees a soldier, a friend of his, that's drowning in the water, and he goes and he pulls this guy out, and as he's pulling this guy out, a landing ramp comes down on his back and breaks his back. And he's in a hospital for 1 year. That's a soldier enduring hardship. And I think what frustrated me on that day is I read a young minister who is age 22 through 26, he's alive now, there's a 22-year-old, and I'm looking at this guy whose back is broken, who's shooting himself up with morphine so he can keep charging the Germans. And I look at a young guy today, he's 22 through 26, and he's lecturing the church about how the church needs to provide safe spaces for Christians who want to deconstruct their faith. Listen to me. We are not called by God to create faiths to deconstruct our faith. We are called by God to raise up men and women of God who are bold and strong and confident and uncompromising, who are husbands to their wives and fathers to the children. That's what God has called the church to do.